Alex, you were talking about men being afraid of commitment. And I mean, the thing is that, but it's interesting to me that even though commitment is the thing that women really, really want, when they get it, they seem to overwhelmingly end relationships and they overwhelmingly initiate divorce. I think it's 80% of divorces are initiated by women, so it's not.
Yeah, I think that's part of culture feeding into women, telling us like it's always greener on the other side. You know, you have to look outside of the home to find fulfillment. Like, you know, raising kids, being a stay-at-home mom, you're going to be so unhappy, and they tell us that, and it seeds doubt in us, and then we look for that elsewhere, and I think that contributes to women being the ones to file for divorce more.
Yeah, but I mean, couldn't you say that actually men are more commitment-minded? Because just going off of the marriage statistics.
Potentially in the past, I think tides turning, because I think feminism really ruined women in that perspective. So then obviously men were like, well, I don't want that. So then they went the other direction. Now you're seeing a lot more younger conservative women that are like, no, wait, like I'm being left in the dust now. Like I do want to get married and have a committed relationship. And those guys are like, I'm not buying it.
But I think it's interesting because you said men fearing commitment, and then on the other hand you said after they got done with you they ended up committing to the next woman.
Yeah, because then it's been a couple years, and then by that point they're in their late 20s, and I think they're ready.
So fearing commitment is merely a perception. Do you think that it's valid to assume that they aren't ready? And when you on a first date, if you say I'm dating to marry, as I said, men don't approach dating like that because we want to know who we're getting with. We just had a conversation about the woman you get with. That's probably the most, important choice you make in your life as a man. So if you come to me, oh, I'm dating to marry, then I'm like, this woman might pressure me. This woman might try to get me to speed up my process. This woman is going to make me feel uncomfortable. So if you make me feel uncomfortable, then naturally I'm going to divert away. So do you think that's a possibility?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Because you just put it on the men fear commitment. You put the accountability on the men as opposed to doing some introspective assessment and seeing if there's anything you could work on in your approach to dating and what your expectations are.
Potentially. I mean, I roast myself all the time for that. Is that it could be that maybe I should, just step back and just be like,
go with the flow,
see where it goes and not say anything. So I think that's
and
one
you
of
can
the
always say I really like you. I really like you. The closer we grow, the more we develop. I would like something serious. You could approach it in that way as opposed to this is what I want. And evolutionarily, it's understandable because you have a biological clock. So if you want to have kids and you want to start a family, then of course you're going to push for marriage sooner than a man would push for marriage because a man has ample time.
And it's not. Let me just be clear on this. It's not every guy I go on a date with or something. I mean, sometimes I go on a date and I know within 30 seconds I am not interested in this person. So it's not like every guy I'm saying that. It's if I've been with someone or talked to them and I really like them, you know what I mean? Then we're having those conversations.
You get infatuated. You wanting to be daddy, husband.
No, I feel like I don't like that many people. Like when it's few and far between when I find somebody that I really like, I'm always very taken aback by it.
That makes it worse.
For sure, probably does.
That's what I'm saying. So you get infatuated. You meet a guy and you're like, this guy he's unusual.
Often.
He makes me feel a way that most guys don't make me feel. So he must be the one because he's the one making me feel like other men don't make me feel.
I think that's fair.
Like, I don't think like your view on marriage is wrong. I just think like your timing. Cause like I'm 22, me and my guy, we've been together for like 3 years. We've talked about potentially marrying each other, but it's not like that big deal where it's like, oh, you have to marry me, or it's just not going anywhere. Like I just think right now we know.
But how much of your time would you let a guy waste before asking that?
I wouldn't worry about how long it'll take him to marry me as long as I know like he wants to marry me. Like if he was to tell me right now I would marry you, that's all I need to hear.
So a lot of he's telling his girl that.
I don't think a guy's necessarily like wasting your time either by making you wait, because I think those conversations often scare men away.
Right, he's probably just trying to
a lot
get
of
stuff
women,
together.
younger women end up dating older men, I think, because of that commitment issue that we're talking about. But yet younger women get a lot of flack for dating older men at the same time because they're viewed as gold diggers and things like that. So is it also fair to say then that it's understandable that younger women are dating older men because at that point men have reached a certain maturity level?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I definitely have no qualms with that. I mean, I say all the time, if a guy can provide you with what you want in order to provide a stable environment that you can raise kids, then yeah, go for that guy. that means that guy is 20 years older than you because you don't want to wait on the guy with potential. You don't want to wait to see if he fulfills that potential. Then absolutely jump on the opportunity to secure whatever it is that you're trying to secure for your future.